my mother had 12 kids. One day, a young woman saw me with my mother. I was not in school and she wanted to take me to a place where someone would take care of me, provide for me, and educate me. My mother gave me to her, wishing for a better life for me. Instead, I became a house slave. Then there was the earthquake that caused great devastation. Most of my family died from sickness and disease. I am one of the survivors.
When the earthquake hit in 2010, we were devastated by the pictures we saw.
We went down to Port-au-Prince to see how we can be helpful. When we were there, we couldn't find a way to feed those people because what we had was the product, and those people, the biggest need was shelter.
A committee from the local cathedral here in Cape Haitian approached Mono about the possibility of help. They had gone from taking care of 20 kids a month to taking care of over 100 kids a month, and most of these kids were on the street.
A lot of people died in the earthquake. There were dead bodies everywhere. My caretaker sent me to clean up the dead bodies around her house. I was scared of the dead bodies, so she beat me.
And they wanted a place, like a house, for those kids. We convinced the board of the foundation to build the home. The house is one of the biggest projects that we ever had to be invested in because it got so much emotion involved in it.
It seemed like a perfect match. It was something that would make an impact for a long time. Anything we would do would change the lives of the kids.
I ran away and had nowhere to go. I just ran and cried and cried. A lady that I did not know took me in and helped me to locate my mother. My mother was still unable to take care of me, so I was left to walk the streets.
This is the poorest community in all of Cape Haitian. The minute we knew we were going to start the house here, we also began feeding children in the neighborhood. To complete the project wasn't a matter of just getting walls up and paint on. It also required construction of beds and purchase of mattresses.
I mean, most of our program, we feed kids and they go home. Those kids, they will be staying in this house. It's like we will see them grow. It's like they become part of our life.
We've probably had close to 100 kids come through here. We have 14 who started originally 4 years ago, and a number of the kids, they've been able to locate extended family. But every time one of them leaves, there's another child on the street who is brought in by the committee and the church. One of the next projects after the house was completed was for us to rehab the school. But not only do our kids from the home go to that school, there are 200 children from the neighborhood who are now attending school who didn't attend school before. We've changed their attitude. They see us as a positive influence in their neighborhood.
Kalogris found me and took me to the RKF house. They gave me a bath and combed my hair and took care of me. And they gave me the opportunity for a good life.
I remember the first day we met Carline, who again is another one of the many, many stories that have come through the children's home.
It's a pleasure to see how she's still a kid, she's an adult. It's like she got so different roles in the house. It's kind of fun to watch her, that she's going to school and she also taking care of the little one of the house. She feels responsible for them. She doesn't want them to have to go through what she went through. It's like she's like a source of affection to them.
She cooks meals. She does some of the laundry. We've got kids here who are 2 and 3 and 4 years old. And she bathes them and clothes them for the day. She's a nurturing mother. The thing that happens to kids here is they go from this deadpan look and this deep, deep sadness to realizing they have about 40 other brothers and sisters, and they get their personality back. In addition to getting their nutrition and their shakes every day and their meals and a place to sleep that's safe.
It's something that I feel proud to be part of. And it's our responsibility to make sure that those kids have what opportunity that other kids have, that they can be something. they don't have to be unfortunate for the rest of their life.
What she has lost in her own biological family, she has not only regained for herself in the children of the children's home, she's providing for them what she doesn't have herself. It changes their life. They get to come back into a place where they actually have a family, and they've created a community here that they didn't have on the street and they didn't have any hope for. These kids have hope, they are safe, and it continues to be a place that's actually held up as a beacon of hope for people in the community and people who are part of the church.
Please take this candle to St. Louis. They have changed our lives, and we can never say thank you enough. Thank you.